About 1 month ago, Rob Manfred and the MLB gave the Tampa Bay Rays permission into looking into splitting its seasons between the Tampa Bay and Montreal area. At first glance, this idea seems possible, but not likely. However, as we dive deeper into the proposition, we see how unlikely splitting a team between two cities is, and with that, here are 5 reasons why Rays baseball will fail in Montreal. Number 1. Building 2 new stadiums. In all sports, it is a lengthy and costly process to build a stadium. Stadiums are almost always publicly funded by taxpayer money, a big reason for stadium proposals failing. Citizens of Tampa Bay and Montreal are going to be wasting their money on a $500 million field that sits empty throughout half the year. The Ybor City Stadium proposal in the Tampa area fell through a few months ago because of the lack of funding. And plans for Labatt Park in downtown Montreal, this once called best stadium in baseball that was never built, fell through in 2002 because the government did not want to fund a new stadium, with Olympic Stadium still being paid off. The proposed idea to play early season games in Tampa when it's cooler, and switching to Montreal when Canada's real summer begins around June-July, is not too bad of a concept. It maximizes and takes advantage of the baseball weather months in both cities. However, come playoff time, what happens then? A 3-city playoff series? Any option for home games once the playoffs come around will be sure to make both cities disappointed. Now, the second reason why having the Rays in 2 cities wouldn't work would be the attendance. The Rays have been consistently good over the past decade, making the playoffs 4 times in that stretch, and the club even made it to the World Series in 2008. A team this good in the past 10 years should warrant good attendance, right? Well, you'd be wrong. In 2008, the year of their first World Series berth, the team ranked second to last in attendance in the AL that year, and since their lone appearance in the Fall Classic, they've had the worst attendance in the AL for half of those years. In Montreal, the situation with the Expos wasn't much better, but fans had a better excuse for not coming out to the games. The team made the playoffs once in their 36 seasons in Montreal, and the stadium was far from downtown Montreal. The Expos finished dead last in the NL in attendance their last 7 years, and hadn't placed in the top 10 since 1987. If these 2 cities can't support teams while they were making playoff runs, and had the teams for 81 games a year, by what logic would fans support a team in which they only see half its games? Don't get me wrong, both teams have/had many loyal fans, but sadly, the number of fans who don't ride with the team outweigh the die-hard fans. The next issue with splitting the season is the Rays' lease at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, which runs through the 2027 season. This is arguably the biggest hurdle in the proposition to split the team, and is the reason why a handful of stadium proposals in Tampa have failed. Team owner Stu Sternberg and St. Pete Mayor Rick Kreisman have been trying to negotiate stadium deals and opt-out proposals, with one side always being felt as they are being taken advantage of. Kreisman has stated that Sternberg isn't going to be able to move the team, and he must honor the lease through 2028. With Kreisman's stand on the matter, a Montreal-Tampa team wouldn't be able to be fielded until 2028, almost 10 years from now. By that time, it'd be more likely for the Rays to pack up and move without even giving the dual-city team a try. Next, we have the most important personal hurdle for the move: the impact splitting the team has on players and coaches. Having 2 or more residences would deter many big-name free agents and coaches and managers from joining the team, on top of the fact that the Rays' payroll isn't high, at around $74 million. Not only would the players have at least 2 residences, they'll have 2 in 2 different countries, with different laws regarding homes. Players would have to adjust to the stadiums as well. Learning at least the basics of Canadian French and home life would be difficult as well. Players would feel as if they wouldn't have the same experience in the MLB as their peers, which is obviously understandable, and would shudder at the mention of this 2-way team. And finally, at number 5, splitting the season would most likely lead to a permanent move to Montreal. As proven before by the Kansas City Omaha Kings of the NBA, who played in both cities for 3 seasons, and the Expos in 2003 and 2004, who played in Montreal and San Juan, Puerto Rico, it is robbing a fan base of a feeling of commitment and exclusivity, and both teams relocated within 10 years of splitting the seasons. Many are viewing this as a proposition by Sternberg as leverage to build a new Tampa stadium, or as a way to get out of Tampa, and frankly, I would agree. Even if the team were to split its season, it'd take a few years to realize that it'd be impossible in the long term, and Tampa would likely lose the Rays, along with carrying the burden of having an empty $500 million stadium. With these reasons, I believe the Rays would fail miserably in 2 cities. No, I'm not saying that I don't want Montreal to get a team, or that I want the Rays to stay at Tropicana Field. Rather, I don't believe this would be the best way to solve these issues. Montreal does deserve a team, but fans aren't okay with robbing Tampa of a team, similar to how their Expos were taken from them in 2004. My proposal is for Tampa to get a new indoor stadium in the Tampa Bay area, and for Montreal to be gifted an expansion team, build a new indoor stadium, or renovate the mess that is Olympic Stadium. And as always, thank you for watching, and as this is my first video, leave a like and comment on what I should do better, along with suggestions for more sports content. And don't forget to subscribe. See y'all next time.